Hello everyone! In this episode I make an insane smeltery. This is the biggest building I made yet. I also installed a couple mods just to improve quality of life while I'm building. Now none of these mods stray from vanilla, it just helps a lot. This smeltery me and Spring made, it's really inefficient, but it looks freaking amazing. Now just a quick recap. In my last video I had made a train network around the entire map, as well as also make an aluminum factory to go with it. While I made that aluminum factory, it made me dabble with a bunch of trucks, which we use a lot in this smeltery. But anyways, let's get to the main topic of today's video. I wanted to cook ores, a lot of ores. My entire playthrough as of now has been powered by a very small building I made at the start, just to fuel my, phase 1 through 4. And to be honest, it served its purpose. It cooked all the ore we needed really, and we never really needed more until now. Here was the plan that me and Spring came up with. We were gonna have 5 towers, 4 of them filled with smelters to the brim, and then the one in the center would be full of trains. That way we could export any iron or copper that we cook to anywhere on the map, and then we'd use trucks to gather all the ore in the desert. So you know how I've been mentioning trucks in every single video? Well, I finally got around to doing that. We got straight to it by building the foundations. After that, we blueprinted the walls into segments so that way we could easily build all these towers, because man, this would have taken way longer than it did if we had built this by hand, and it already took us a little under a week. And to make these towers just a little more interesting, we put a train floor on the 3rd floor. As you can see, it's already built. And what we're going to do is have a dedicated network specifically for these 5 towers. So it won't connect to anything else other than these 5 towers. This is great because we don't have any ugly train yards just sitting about. I'm not a big fan of train yards. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't. But in this situation, we wanted to put trains hidden. Overall, these towers turned out great. They're very detailed. Me and Spring did amazing on these. The only thing I didn't really like about these towers was building them 4 times over. They're all identical. Although, with each tower we built, we got a bit quicker with it, so it wasn't too bad. Anyways, I'm gonna just show y'all a cinematic shot now that it's done. Pretty neat, right? Now to give a little backstory on this, I have been building this tower since almost the release of the last episode. I'm very slow at building. Also, as always, I give a huge amount of credit to Spring Foxy 99 for helping me build this. I didn't really show her in this episode, but she helped me significantly build every single tower. Alright, let's break down how this factory works. Firstly, I put ore miners across the entire desert, and I put truck stations next to them, so that way I can have trucks drive across the open land and go collect the ores. After that, I made ramps across my roads, so that way the trucks can access the main network. Once they're on the road, they drive over to the truck to train transfer station. Now, this entire building is just to complicate logistics. I wanted more traffic and I got it. Coming inside the building, we can see the truck stops. The one in the very back doubles as a fuel station. I need to change it because it does waste fuel because I had to delete the overflow. But for now, we have 4 truck stops. These 4 truck stops all unload trucks. They go into conveyor belts and I'm splitting them evenly between all the trains. Okay, now let's go back to the towers. Now, building these towers, I realized something that we didn't really think too much about. We had to figure out how to get the trains to go vertical in a style that looked good. Luckily, I figured out that you can make train tracks in a spiral, like a corkscrew. So that's what we did on the front and the back side, so that way they could go up and down out of their towers. Once the train docks, it unloads all of its ore and splits it between the 5 floors evenly. Now, this factory has 40 smelters per floor. So there's 5 floors, that means 200 smelters per tower, giving us a total of 800 smelters for the entire build. Even just one of these towers is about 4 times the amount of ore we are already cooking at the old base. Like always, with me having a mega super awesome brain, I made a logistics floor above every single smeltery blueprint. And I so happy I did that. The amount of conveyor belts that I had to set up was pretty bad. But we have a simple setup here, just splitters and mergers on top of smelters. The line on the left is iron, ore, and then the one on the right, iron ingots. All those iron ingots just get fed over to the truck station, go straight in, and get fed to the truck. Each floor makes a ridiculous amount of iron ingots. Look how fast the truck station fills up. After the truck station fills up with ore, we just put it on a tractor and send it onto the path. We would have used big trucks in here, but the corridors are too tight for the turn radius of the trucks, so we use tractors. They then drive over to the unloading station, where they very carefully never hit each other and absolutely no collisions are allowed. After the trucks unload, the ingots are then transported over to the main central tower, where they're loaded onto trains and shipped out to wherever we need them. Now, I bet you're thinking, why would you use tractors? I feel like it's a lot more inefficient than just having conveyor belts everywhere. And you're right, it really is. There's a few bugs with the tractors here and there, but nothing bad. We really wanted traffic, and we completely succeeded in that goal. Also, one of my viewers did ask, how did I get my bauxite to my aluminum factory, which I totally forgot to show in my previous video. All I did was run a train along the mountain, and then once I got to the top, I made a quick transfer station from the mining outpost to rail, and sent it over to the aluminum factory. Let's go back to the desert road real quick. The desert isn't the only place I want to build a road like this. I would like to surround the whole map with a road network and highways, that way I can transfer ores anywhere by truck if I wanted to. Now, these roads are amazing. I love trucks so much. If you ever want to use vehicles like I did, I would recommend installing the Infinite Nudge mod, and whenever you're building, it allows you to make road curves so easy. There's no tech needed, you just build a road blueprint and then slightly rotate it. Right now, I've only got a few trucks on the road. Right now, their only purpose is to go gather ore from the miners and bring them over to the transfer station. But seeing traffic is just amazing. Eventually, I'll have a lot more trucks doing a lot more different things than just transferring ore. Maybe in the future I can build like a city around these roads and then have factories between them, which would be very cool. Also, to anyone who got this far, I want to thank you for watching my videos. Consider leaving a like, and if you have any suggestions for a build that you want to see, please leave it down in the comments. Oh, another thing, I bet you're wondering how I've been delivering fuel over to my factory. I made a little helipad on top of the train spiral in the front, and I put a drone port slightly inside it, and it looks like a little plane landing. It's so cool. I delivered all that fuel to the bottom of the little train spiral, and then I split it off into a fuel station where a truck picks it up. Now, at first I realized trucks don't really have that good of a turning radius, so I had to add a little sidebar on each side of the road just to give it a little bit more room to turn. Other than that, it pathfinds pretty good, and it just goes a little circle and heads on over to the truck transfer station. It also splits at the bottom here, that way I can send it over to the 2 unloading towers. And I had the fuel brought up to an elevator all the way to the top, that way we can feed every truck on both sides. So pretty much that covers everything I've been working on in this last episode. It's a lot of progress to me. It's still a smeltery, which means, you know, I haven't really done anything new, but we can do a lot of new stuff with this smeltery. That's the whole purpose. This smeltery alone was a huge step. Getting all the ore into it, all the handling, we had to set up the logistics. Hell, even learning how to do a road network was very fun for me. Building the towers themselves was very grueling, but very fun to see it finished. It's my hope that every video I release is somewhat better than the last, either in editing or build style, so in-game or editing style. The plan for the next episode was that I do uranium, but I said that last episode. But I really hope I can get to it this next one, especially if you look at the power. I'm currently making 10,000 megawatts and my max consumption is twice that, so you can see how I need more power. I also need to know y'all's opinion. Would y'all rather my videos be longer or shorter how they are right now? I can also do live streams if y'all'd like to do that. If you think about it, I've only just started the game. I mean, hell, I just made a big smelter, that's all I've done so far. But anyways, if y'all have made it to this point in the video, consider subscribing and liking. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video with the cinematic shots of just the final factory, and then I'll see you on the next one. Bye!